Hello and welcome to Meanwhile in the Falklands. I'm Oliver Thompson.
I'm Kyle Knappett.
And I'm Hannah Newton.
Yay!
We all seem very excited today. How are we all?
We're not doing too bad, I don't think.
We've had quite a busy week.
Quite a busy week.
A very busy week, but
So
it's
we're all
been an
slightly
enjoyable
tired.
week, especially with all the extra windy, horrible weather. But no,
Absolutely.
we've had an interesting week. Especially you and I had an interesting week trying to film your pieces to camera yesterday.
Yeah, that was fun.
So
don't try to film pieces to camera when there's a storm going on in the Falklands. I think that's what we've learned.
But,
yeah, the wind's been howling all week.
yeah, because you had a presenter-led package this week, didn't you, on the
Yes, I
Political
did.
Complaints Commissioner, which involved 4 or 5 planned pieces to camera outside Gilbert House and outside the Secretariat and things. And we set up the tripod and the camera and everything, and then all of a sudden,
There was
Mrs. Phones, cover your ears now,
Yes.
a gust of wind came and nearly knocked the tripod over. It
Yes.
didn't. I managed to save it, but it was a super close situation.
Yeah, we were getting blown about just a little bit, so I think my bag almost went flying off at one point, which wasn't fun.
So that's why we ended up, if the listener watches the show and sees Carl with a nice cup of coffee in the Malvina House Hotel, that's why he's in there.
We had a very intimate piece to camera of me sitting in the bar at the Malvina House Hotel.
Yeah.
And it's like the viewer is on the other side of the table, like we're just having a chat.
Like having a little chat.
Yeah, it's
weren't
very
we?
friendly. It's very intimate. I was a big fan.
That was very good, wasn't it?
I also did something similar, experienced the wind when I was doing my court report.
Oh,
so
yeah?
if you can see me, and then in the background you can see the sign of the give way sign, and it's shaking left to right. It's shaking left to right, and there's me obviously, because it's blowing right in your eyes, so you kind of. I don't know. I got a bit of tears.
You start tearing up and stuff, don't you?
That
It's
was
horrible.
your first court report as well for FITV. How did you find it?
Yeah, good. Apart from the wind, no, it was very wordy. So some of the pronunciation was.
It wasn't unfortunately a super long court report, so I do apologise.
But it was all right. It was.
You smashed through it. It sounded good at the when we got the footage back. It sounded quite good.
Brilliant. So yeah, it's on this week's show, isn't it? So we also, me and you, Kyle, had quite a nice little day to celebrate the Possession Day.
Yes, we did.
Georgia.
Another first for Olly. We went to Ollie's first Government House reception, which is always a fancy affair. And you were almost being force fed with all the trays of food that were coming by. Because you couldn't quite say no to them, could you?
No, I mean, I've never tried toothfish before, so I decided, on the skewers, so I was like, right, why not, let's give it a try.
Did you enjoy it? Was it
Yeah,
nice?
yeah, it was really nice, and they were really polite. It was a nice little
What does
reception.
toothfish taste like? Because I've not had it before. I'm not a big fan of fish.
How
so
can
I'm
you live in
testing
the
the
Falkland
waters.
Islands and not even try toothfish? Toothfish is actually known as a Chilean sea bass.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, fun fact for the day. I quite like it, but it's quite meaty, I find. It's a bit coddy.
Okay.
With sea bass, I find it's more fine and thinner, and I do like sea bass, but we made sea bass earlier on in the week.
Yeah, it's all right, yeah.
But no, it's like a meatier fish. Makes a lot of money for Falklands fisheries, so can't complain about it.
It did look quite nice on the skewers, but I wasn't quite brave enough to try it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was a bit put off because of the fishiness of it all.
But it was, what was the reception for? It was for Possession Day?
South Georgia and the Sandwich Islands Possession Day. So it was good. I really enjoyed it, actually.
And what is Possession Day?
Yes.
For listeners
Yes, Ollie.
who might
What
not know.
is Possession
Kyle.
Day?
No, it's basically Captain James Cook, 245 years ago, found and claimed the South Georgia and Sandwich Islands for His Britannic Majesty, and he put a flag up, a Union Jack flag, and fired a round of muskets and claimed it, and then it's like a national day for South Georgia, and also they celebrate by having a Government House reception and a bank holiday as well. So it's pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I did quite a lot of research on it, so I do like that kind of thing. So
yeah, the governor gave a lovely speech about all the stuff that was going on in South Georgia, and obviously how important the environment and stuff is down there. So that was all quite nice. It sounds like there's a lot of stuff planned for the future for South Georgia.
Yeah. Wow, they've got one of the best fisheries in the world.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to say, the governor. If the governor is listening to our podcast, I would like to hear me say that. But it is one of the most sustainable fisheries, and they're really hot on their environment and things. So South Georgia government are doing a good job. But it's quite funny because for a country, you'd think that South Georgia government would have a government there and it would be huge.
Yeah.
They have 2 government offices that permanently are in South Georgia, and the rest of the South Georgia government are actually based here in Stanley.
It's
so
like
there's 4 or 5 of them.
I was going to say it's a team of like less than 10 people.
Running a
something
country,
like that.
which
it's
is mad.
amazing.
No, it's good. It's really good. But we'll go on to Burns Night, because you've been very busy, Hannah. Yeah, you've been very busy, Hannah.
Supper menu has been released, which is very exciting.
Hotly anticipated.
So we are jointly hosting a Burns Night, which will be on the 25th, next weekend.
Can't wait.
Very soon. So we've been trying to, we've been selling tickets and organising what's going on. Trying to find some thistles in the Falklands has proved very hard, if not impossible.
Oh, God.
But hopefully it should be a good laugh. We're going to have lots of Scottish dancing, and the menu looks really good. Obviously there'll be haggis, neeps and tatties, but there will also be a very special dessert that Nicola, the other organiser, is very, very excited about.
Is this a secret dessert, or can it be?
Well,
can
it's
it be
a
revealed?
deconstructed Mars bar.
Oh, interesting.
Deep fried Mars bar, but I don't know how you deconstruct a deep fried Mars bar. I've never tried a deep fried Mars bar.
I've never tried deep fried Mars bar.
I have, yeah.
I've never had
Are
one.
they nice? What are they like?
They're really, really nice. You just whack them in a bit of batter and then just put it in the fryer. I like it.
Is it not all molten-y hot though? Do you not burn your mouth?
No, you have to like blow on it and cool it down a bit. But yeah, no, I love them. I think they're really nice.
How did it become a traditional Scottish thing? That's something I'd quite like to
don't
find
know.
out.
I imagine it was someone one day going, you know what happens? What happens if I just deep fry this Mars bar and it caught on?
Or maybe it was someone working on a chippy or whatever, and it fell out their pocket, went in.
Could do.
All of a sudden.
Do get in contact if
you know the answer to.
If you know the history of the deep fried Mars bar, we're dying to know.
Brilliant. Yeah, because obviously it's mine and Carol's first Burns Night. Yeah. You've done it before, haven't you, Hannah?
I have.
What's the main?
So last year we did a Burns Night because one of your predecessors, Katie, who used to work for FITV, was Scottish. And still is Scottish, should I say. So she helped to organise a Burns Night with an address to the haggis and all these speeches, and then there's a toast to the lassies that a jovial man will do. And then a lady does a bit of a sassy reply. It's actually quite a laugh. And there's all traditional Scottish dancing, like Strip the Willow and things like that. So it's a
sounds like a lovely fun night.
We celebrate it at home, though. I do, personally, because my dad's partner is from Glasgow, and she loves doing a Burns Night. We get everyone round, we clear the dining room and the living room. We all do Strip the Willow and things like that. Like, it's absolutely great. But yeah, no, I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm not mad on haggis. I'll have some, and I'll pretend to like it, but I don't think I'd be eating haggis every day.
I think I'll go for the deep fried Mars bar first.
Yeah, the deep fried Mars bar.
Have a few of them.
Possibly the best thing on the menu. I've never had haggis either, but it doesn't ever seem like it's...
Well, you guys will be trying some haggis.
Yeah, definitely.
That was nice.
We've also got a new film out called 1917. Super excited for that as well.
I'm stoked for that because that actually won loads of awards.
Yeah, it did.
Gonna say Sam Mendes is the director.
Is it Sam Mendes?
Could I be totally wrong there?
It might be Sam Mendes, I don't know.
But anyway, whoever it is, the director actually based the film on his granddad.
Oh,
it's to do with his granddad's story in the war and stuff like that. Yeah. So it looks really, really good.
It does. I've been watching some of the because the whole film's shot as if it's just one continuous shot. Mm-hmm. So they've been releasing some behind the scenes stuff about how they've filmed it and that. And it's just like all these guys running out of the trenches and all these explosions happening and people being knocked over as the camera's on this truck going past. It looks really, really cool, and I'm excited to see that kind of stuff.
I always think like filming a war film must be quite interesting because you have to do all the reconstructions and stuff and really try and get in the head of what on earth it must be like.
It must be so difficult doing that.
And even with here, I find it fascinating. We went for a walk, didn't we, last weekend up to Tumbledown, and as we're walking, you think people fought on this ground that we're walking through. Do you know it is? Yeah. And it's really difficult to understand it. Yeah. But some of the hills round near Stanley, if you go up, then you can see some of the Argentine soles of their boots and stuff that are still up there. You can see bits of shrapnel, bits of wire and things like that. Yeah, it's almost spooky. It's like nobody's... I don't know, someone's just left it all there and forgotten it.
Because I knew you could find some of the old wire and some of the old camps and stuff that they had, but I didn't realise their boot prints were still...
Yeah, we'll have to go up there and take a picture maybe and show some of the really cool. Listeners, or the listener may even know what I'm talking about if they've been to the Falklands before, or if they're from the Falkland Islands. But it's really, really strange because it's obviously rubber doesn't really perished. So that's what's left. And they live outside the bottom of like Converse boots and things.
Oh,
Very
wow.
cool.
Because there is a kitchen up there as well, isn't there? I believe. So we didn't manage to find that bit, but
and we got slightly sidetracked.
Yes.
But we were enjoying ourselves. Once we got to the top, we were doing lots of echoes and things and shouting and.
We had a commentary.
Hearing,
of,
Oh yeah, we did some commentary of some people that were out on their dirt bikes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a horrible day in Stanley, so we thought we'd go for a bit of a walk. And it actually turned out to be quite a nice day.
Yes, well, it's
didn't
funny because the weather is in Stanley can be absolutely cloudy and not very nice, and you walk down the road and all of a sudden you're up, tumble down, and it's sunny up there. So
completely
we
clear
made the most
skies,
of it.
and
And Olly didn't get burnt.
Olly didn't get burnt.
So I was wearing like long
making
sleeves
progress
and
on that.
everything. No shorts. Speaking of that as well, we also had a bit of an issue with the pronunciation of a certain
we did.
person. So, I mean, I felt so sorry for Kyle because basically we had to do a voiceover for the cinema schedule. So Kyle was there helping me out with the pronunciation, and I just couldn't get it right. It was Timothée Chalamet.
You're still getting it wrong.
I'm still getting
Timothée Chalamet.
Well, I was close, so I'm still getting it wrong. But it's because I think the reason why is because I was thinking of Charlemagne, the French.
It's
king.
the Yorkshire accent.
I think
isn't it?
I think it's the Yorkshire man trying to say
Or it could
French.
be that one. Yeah, I mean there was one. What was it? Le Mans. So, but I said Le Mans. Why not?
And the pluralising of things as well. The children's. Children's.
Yeah, so that was.
The other one. Variety is it? Verity.
Yeah,
to
I
be
didn't
fair,
get it right.
in that cinema schedule, there were a lot of awkward names because you had Timothée Chalamet, and you also had Saoirse Ronan. That isn't spelt Saoirse in the slightest because it's an awkward Irish name.
Yeah.
But
so I kind of tripped up on them a bit.
Yeah.
So obviously Kyle was in the.
I'm going to say, in your court report, you didn't seem to trip up at all.
I know, you did really well on that
That was really difficult.
Had it in my head, you know.
Yeah.
You
Knew
did very
it
good
all
on
word
that.
for word.
So, can't complain.
very, very well.
No, but it ended up to the point of, it must have been quite a few takes, but you had to write down how to say it, and it's on my board.
Guide.
So I framed it up.
The
So problem solving there at FITV.
But you had an interesting week last week, and it's in the show this week, I was going to say, where you were trying something else new.
Yep.
Can you go on, tell us what it is? New sport to the islands, isn't it?
New sport. It's called short mat bowls, and me and Kyle went down to film it. And like I said, I've never played bowls before. I've seen it, you know, when my granddad took me and my brother down when we were like 4 or 5 or so. But I've never actually played it before, so I gave it a try. You know, I did all right, I suppose. You know, because basically it's got a wooden block, and you have to kind of curve the ball around the wooden block. And it was quite. And I went down again, not without a work, not filming it. So that was great. But you didn't have a go as well, did you, Kyle?
I did not have a go. No.
I found that very disappointing when I found out. Olly told me you didn't have a go. I thought, boom.
I was busy filming and making sure that Ollie looked good.
So if you want
that
to
was
see
my
Kyle
focus.
actually doing things, maybe the listener should call us on 22649 and suggest some things that Kyle could do.
The listener and the viewers have seen me do plenty of things. As I've said before, I've done some knitting. That was on FITV. It did not go super well.
A square of weaving, wasn't it?
I did many things. I've done many things in the service of FITV.
I mean, Kyle is actually leaving in March, we better quickly fill his time and come up with some ideas for what he could do.
We were thinking about making a bucket list, though.
A
few things you want to do.
10 things to do before I leave the Falklands. I think number one of those is kayaking at the minute.
I think 10 seems very optimistic.
10 also does seem very optimistic to me. Let's
try to get 5.
Let's say a good 1.5. If we can achieve that, then.
So
although saying that, we've been to Volunteer Point and we've done Kidney Island, and those were 2 things that I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I think if I can do kayaking, and then if I can come up with one other thing to do, then I'll probably be all right. So.
Brilliant. So let's look ahead to next week. We're super busy.
There's loads of stuff going next week.
We've got a very exciting, almost a week at Government House.
I know.
So we've got lots of different Government House receptions, a police awards, which is really good, where they're commended for their work and stuff, which should be nice. We've also got a press conference. Top secret press conference that we're not going to tell you about unless you watch the show next week.
Gotta watch the show.
We've also got a Czech presentation at the museum, which is from CBF up at NBC. They're presenting some money to the Stephen Jeffrey Memorial Fund, I think it is. Speaking
of CBF, he's going to be on a very special talking point as well, which we're going to be filming.
Yes, which should be good with Richard Cockwell. Well, Penguin Day.
Woo.
Yes. Get ready for all of the penguin footage we can possibly find in the show next week.
And much, much more.
And
I'm going to tease it. You just got to wait and see, guys. Come on.
Exactly.
Brilliant. What are you excited for most? Wait, what do you do for World Penguin Day? Have you celebrated?
Carl's going to dress up as a penguin.
I'm going to dress up as a penguin, apparently.
And, I've had the
best
idea.
The blame
There you
is
go. I've
coming
been
through.
blown away. So, if the viewer would like to watch the news, next week there'll be an extra special show with the boys dressed up extra specially.
Oh, there we go.
Not
There it is.
show, but
I think I might be ill that day.
yeah.
You know, you say that, I can feel a cough coming on.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Brilliant.
Oh.
So also we've written down haircut. So
Yes.
I had a nice little haircut as well. Got rid of the long hair that I had.
Yeah, Ollie was on a bit of a mission to find hairdressers that would take him. And I think it looks okay. I think it looks nice.
But Carl did say there's no way I'd get a haircut like that.
Come on, that could
Which
be
I
on your
thought
bucket
was
list.
what a compliment.
Thanks, Kai. You didn't tell me that. You said, yeah, it looks great.
I think that was after Hannah was saying, Kyle, you'd look so weird with a haircut like that.
Carl, if the listener watches the show, we all know Carl has very luscious locks.
Luscious locks.
And he always
He did the
runs
flip.
his hand through his hair like it's an Just for Men commercial.
Yeah, always. It's the,
Well,
it's
I
the
was-
one positive thing about my...
I was going to go for the tram lines,
Yeah.
get them in there, but
Yeah.
decided against it, for a bit. Make myself
Next
more
time.
aerodynamic.
There's still time.
Brilliant.
So that's it for this week's podcast. Meanwhile, in the Falklands, you can catch some of the old episodes and this episode and any other episode on SoundCloud or on YouTube.
Ooh.
Our YouTube channel is looking very good at the moment, I'm going to say that. So plug.
We're getting lots of views and lots of comments. which is good.
FITV, look for it on YouTube. And you may even be able to see Ollie do some short map bowls. But that'll be coming out next Monday. Anyway, good to speak to you all.
Good to speak to you all.
Catch you next week.
Bye.
See you later.